to go. Good to go.
In its petition, Spire is requesting to make the WNA rider permanent, to clarify the manner and timing of the submission of its WNA annual report, and to modify the normal degree day component of the WNA calculation going forward. Spire's WNA was originally approved in this docket on a test basis for a 3-year period beginning November 1st, 2018. In its filing, Spire is requesting that the WNA rider be made permanent and that the new WNA factors be submitted to staff for review with its annual formula rate plan on or before September 15th. Additionally, Spire is proposing to change the normal degree day component of the WNA calculation from a 10-year average to a 20-year average to moderate impact on any 1 year on the calculation. Spire believes that using a 20-year average will result in more stable billing determinants for 1 year to the next, therefore providing for more stable rates. Staff has reviewed the filing, and it appears that the WNA rider is serving its purpose of promoting the stability and predictability of rates. The filing has been properly noticed, and there are no interveners. Staff recommends approval of the proposed revisions to the WNA rider.
Okay, is there any questions regarding this?
I move we approve as presented.
Second.
All right, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Ayes have it. We're going to move on to the telecommunications agenda. And number 1 is discussion and possible action regarding the proposed order in docket number 2021 UA042 BCM1 Incorporated joint applications of Wholesale Carrier Services, Inc. and BCM1 Holding, Inc. for consent to a transaction that will result in a material change to the ownership and control of an authorized telecommunication carrier. Mr. Martin.
Thank you, Commissioner. This application is for a transaction whereby Wholesale Carrier Services will be acquired by BCM1. Wholesale Carrier Services, or WCS, holds 2 CPCNs in the state of Mississippi to provide resold and facilities-based telecommunications services. This transaction will not involve any assignment of operating authority, assets, or customers, and Wholesale Carrier Services will not make any changes to rates, terms, or conditions for customers in conjunction with this transaction. The streamlined petition was filed with the FCC in docket WC 21-76 on March 1st, 2021, and it was approved by the FCC on April 17th, 2021. Staff has reviewed the petition and spoken with counsel for the company. We find that the petition is in order, and we recommend approval.
Okay, good. Any questions? Do I have a motion?
I move we approve.
Do I have a-
Second.
All right. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Ayes have it. And then number 2 is discussion and possible action regarding the proposed order in docket number 2021 UA086 Air Voice Wireless LLC, petition of Air Voice Wireless LLC doing business as Feel Safe Wireless for approval of transfer of control. Mr. Martin.
Thank you, Commissioner. This transaction is another transfer of control. This is AirVoice filed the petition on May 27th, 2021, and this transaction includes VTEL purchasing 100% of the membership interests in AirVoice. AirVoice is a lifeline-only ETC in Mississippi. They provide prepaid wireless service. The petition is not subject to domestic FCC approval because AirVoice is only a wireless provider, but the transfer of control was approved by the FCC's International Bureau on July 5th, 2021. The transaction will be seamless and transparent to the customers and will not result in any changes to operations, staffing, or services. Staff finds that the petition is in order, and we recommend approval.
Okay, any questions?
Move we approve.
Second.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Ayes have it. Okay, so now on to water and sewer agenda. So, Ross Hammonds, looking over this, we're gonna take all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 together, correct?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Before you were 8 orders granting Great River Utility operating.
Hey, Ross, let me read.
Okay.
Let me read it first, and then I'll name the docket numbers, and then you can go. This is the discussion and possible action regarding the proposed order in docket number 2020 UA 146, Great River Operating Company, petition for a certificate of public convenience and necessity approving the provisions of wastewater services in a specified area. Docket number 146, 147, 148, 149, 150, 151, 153, and 154 will be taken together. Okay, you ready?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. As you mentioned, these are 8 area certificate petitions before the commission. Specifically, the areas are the Cedar Lane subdivision in Adams County, Business Park subdivision in Lamar County, Camden Place subdivision, Pinewood subdivision, Pecan Village subdivision, Leland Point subdivision, those are in Warren County, and the Center Hill subdivision and Evening Shade subdivision in DeSoto County. At June 8th docket, the commission approved the acquisition of these systems, 2020 UA 144. Systems that are subject to these orders are for the systems that did not have a certificate from the commission. The orders today, before you simply grant area certificates, giving them the exclusive right to serve these areas. These 8 systems were not public utilities defined by the commission. They don't have rates in place. The 8 systems that are subject, that don't have rates, those are on file with the commission. The rates for these systems are not addressed in these orders, remain pending before the commission. Commission legal staff recommends approval of the orders as presented.
Okay, you guys got any questions?
I move we approve all 8.
Second.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Ayes have it. We're going to move now to the administrative agenda. Number 1, discussion and possible action regarding the approval of commission minutes for the June 2021 term of the commission.
I move we approve the minutes as presented.
Second.
We got a motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Ayes have it. We'll go to number 2, discussion and possible action regarding the proposed order in docket number 2020 UA 032, Cooperative Energy petition for certificate of public convenience and necessity, authorizing them to acquire, construct, own, and operate electrical transmission facilities in Jasper and Jones County, Mississippi. Order of referral to Ross Hammonds. Go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This is an order referring this to you for hearing transmission facility rebuild and some new transmission down in Jones and Jasper County. This is just referring it to you.
Move we approve as presented.
Second.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Ayes have it. Okay, and number 3, I'm going to recognize Commissioner Bailey.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So just real quick, this is just formality to get approval from the commission. As well, remember several months ago, we initiated a public utility infrastructure review to evaluate the status, performance, and health and reliability of various utility infrastructure systems, sort of triggered after the winter events of mid-February and the issues we had there. So we put out a request for proposal for engineering companies, consultants, et cetera, received those, and based on the input from the other districts as well, your staff and review within our staff, as well as commission staff, we have a recommendation for the selection of Del Sol Consulting. And with this, I'd like to make a motion for commission legal staff to initiate discussions to construct and execute a contract per the scope of work outlined in the RFP for Del Sol to begin work on that as soon as possible.
I second that motion.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Ayes have it. All right, is there any other?
I had one thing, Mr. Chairman. I just wanted to bring up this issue. I know that last month, when we were dealing with the Great River, 44 cases in there, and in the time since that commission meeting and today, we've had the chance to try to go in and look at the contact information and annual reports that were filed, or more than that, have not been filed by a vast majority, I won't say a vast majority, a large number of utilities. And it is just an utter, complete mess when you look at contacts for the companies, who should have been filing reports that have not been filed. And so I've just asked that our staff and the public utility staff maybe work together between now and our August meeting to look at how we can clean that up, because it is a very big problematic issue out there. And I think if we work in tandem together, some of these people have not filed reports in years, and so this may be a good opportunity to get that cleaned up and maybe see where they are. I had a complaint yesterday on a water utility and went to look that up, and there's not been, we have no correct contact information, not only just on the annual report, but the actual consumer contact information, where if somebody calls our offices and has a complaint, of who to contact. Those boards have changed, the directors have changed, and quite frankly, it seems that these people have just flubbed their nose at the commission as to whether or not they're going to file them or not, and they need to face some consequences. These reports are the only thing we have as a roadmap to work complaints on, and there's a large number of them that have not been compliant. So I think it's maybe a good chance between now and August, if our staff and Ms. Doty's staff can work together on, maybe giving some people some grace time to get it straightened out. And if not, they need to face some type of penalty, because they're not taking it serious, and especially, quite frankly, in the water utility business more than anywhere else, it seems. So I just want to make that point and hope that we can have that coordination in the next couple of weeks, because I think it's going to be beneficial to everybody to clean that up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know annually we've attempted to go through our list of utilities, central district, and it's a challenge to keep the information updated as things change constantly.
And I think it's a good place, too, with coordination with the staff, because, for instance, in my office, we have some contacts for the people on the ground at XYZ Water Association, because we're getting calls and complaints from them. That water association may not have filed their annual report with the staff. And I just asked that maybe as the staff and the commission staff work together, we get a list of those, give them a grace period to get their heart right with the Lord. But if they don't, at that point, they need to face some type of show cause hearing, because it's ridiculous when you look at the amount of people that are not filing those annual reports. And that's a responsibility they have. And it just came to my attention because of the large share that were in those numbers with Great River. And then yesterday, we had the same thing come up. So I just
That's in
appreciate
every
that work
district,
together.
too.
Yep.
Yeah.
One other item, that there's a new face in front of us out here.
Oh,
I
yeah.
want to take the opportunity to
Yes.
recognize Mr. James Rankin. He's our new
Stand up,
Special
sir.
Assistant Attorney General.
Good to have you here, because
And being brought on to handle no-call enforcement. That's,
this is the guy you're going to see go after those telemarketers and robocalls.
Your phone rings with a telemarketing call after today, it's his
It's-
fault.
We're glad to have
Not
him.
too much of a burden on you, Mr. Rankin.
Glad to have him here.
Yes,
He's
sir.
been state service and attorney for a while, so we're glad to have him in the office.
Very excited. He's going to be the guy we all go to. So we appreciate you. We're going to keep you busy. All right, if there's nothing else, then we'll stand adjourned. Thank you for coming.